Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this absolutely beautiful 2022 Subaru WRX Limited that we have for sale. We recently took this one on trade. Some of our nicest pre-owned vehicles coming on trade. This WRX is no exception. 2022 is an awesome year for the WRX because it got a complete redesign. New larger engine. We have a 2.4 liter flat 4 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Pumping out, I think it's 274 horsepower, a little over 250 pound-feet of torque. So new engine, new styling. We have this really cool infotainment system. It's kind of like this horizontal display, kind of Tesla-esque. Really nice display. Automatic dimming rearview mirror with integrated compass, universal garage door opener. We have these beautiful, very supportive leather trim seats with this nice Alcantara style suede cloth in the middle. WRX insignia embroidered in the headrest. We have a moonroof, our amazing 6-speed manual transmission. I love manual gearboxes. I've owned a lot of manual transmissions myself. I even had an older Impreza Outback Sport with a manual transmission, a 2002, one of the original bug-eyed Subarus. Actually, I remember when the WRX first came to the U.S. shores. I got teased a little bit, playing Gran Turismo 2 in the 90s. But at the time, we didn't have a WRX in the States. They were in Europe and Japan. But finally, in 2002, we finally got a WRX. I helped my friend Jimmy buy one of the first ones. I had a lot of fun driving with Jimmy in his 2002 bug-eyed WRX. He modified it, added turbos. Well, not turbos, but a new larger turbo, kind of giving it STI level performance. So that was a lot of fun. And I had a bug-eyed WRX not too long ago myself. I had it for about a year, but with a growing family, it was just too small, a little bit too old for a daily driver, so I traded that one in. But I had a lot of fun with that WRX, and I always have a soft spot in my heart for these vehicles. One of the last of the great analog performance vehicles. Maybe in the future they're talking about having an all-electric WRX. I'm sure it will be pretty cool. But that flat 4 engine, manual transmission, great mechanical sequential symmetrical all-wheel drive system. These things are an absolute hoot. This one was recently traded in a local 1-owner Clean Carfax vehicle, and it has some nice modifications. Many people who buy these WRXs are going to personalize them, modify them, make them look a little bit more special. But the thing is when you trade in a vehicle, you don't, you usually get pennies on the dollar for all those accessories you added. I don't know how much I spent, maybe $5,000, $10,000 on all the accessories on this one. And really, we're not asking that much more than a regular, stock WRX in the used market. So if you like the options, you like the way this thing's modified, this is a great vehicle to consider, and it's already done for you. So, you could buy a stock used one and spend $5,000 to $10,000 doing a lot of the mods that this one has. And it actually looks like they're pretty tasteful mods. It looks like you didn't use the cheapest, Chinese parts available for this one. We'll go over that shortly. All right, so we have the cool infotainment system. We have heated seats. We have a nice backup camera, of course. This one is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible. 24,404 miles at the time of making this video. Nice flat bottom, leather wrap steering wheel. Feels wonderful in your hands. Harman Kardon audio system, aluminum pedals, Subaru all-season mats. All right, so as we get towards the outside, we'll talk about some of the extra accessories that this thing has. I guess the first thing that you'll notice on this one is it has tinted windows, and then we have the rain gutters. I know some people put these on when they smoke cigarettes. No smoke smell at all in this thing. I used to smoke, so I'm very sensitive to smoke smell. Looks like we also have these kind of a ground effects package. I don't know what you'd call it, side sills. We have the Rally Art mud flaps. We have these nice Rays alloy wheels. I think they're real forged aluminum, really nice shape. They're made in Japan, just like the car, so it's not cheap Chinese wheels. Rays are a pretty good brand of aftermarket wheels. It also looks like the vehicle might have been lowered a little bit as well. The engine is completely stock, which is just fine. 270 horsepower is plenty of power for a vehicle like this. You really don't need more power. Okay, looks like we might have some aftermarket struts on it, adjustable shocks. So that's a nice touch. So between the wheels and those struts and the side sills, we're getting some money and accessories here. It's not cheap. And look at this, it's an STI style rear spoiler, and it looks like it's actually real carbon fiber, nice shape. That certainly wasn't cheap, especially if it's real carbon fiber. And I know we all love to put exhaust systems on our WRXs. Don't know exactly what brand it is. Sounds really cool. But even better, let's get behind the wheel and see how it sounds while we're driving it. Let's take this thing out for a spin. I've actually never driven one of these newer generation WRXs, so we'll kind of discover it together. I just drove it around the parking lot and across the street, but let's see how this thing really drives. All right, we are behind this wheel of this 22 WRX Limited. This one also has the STI short shifter kit. I think that's like a $400 or $500 factory option. I love manual transmissions. I've owned a lot of manual transmission vehicles in my life, this gearbox is an absolute joy to use. And you know, we're coming to the point where actually, you know, automatic gearboxes give superior performance and gas mileage in manuals. You know, in the olden days, manual transmissions were cheaper, you got better gas mileage, you got better performance. That's not the case, but what is still the case, in my opinion, is that manual transmissions are more fun than automatics. There's something very rewarding about those perfect gear changes, you know, doing a rev match downshift. When you have a manual gearbox, you have a mechanical connection to the vehicle, unlike any other form of driving. You just feel kind of hardwired to the vehicle. You're connected to it in a way that you just can't experience with an automatic. It's hard to put into words. And who knows how long manual transmissions will be, you know, of EVs, and how good automatics are now. And less people know how to drive manuals. You know, a lot of times we have a lot of tenants that work for us, you know, and it's an entry-level job, and a lot of times they're out of high school, they're 18, 19, 20 years old. And then they have like this look of death in their eyes when they come to us, oh, I can't move the car, I don't know how to drive a manual, and like that fear of maybe I'm gonna lose my job because I can't, you know, I can't drive these cars. What am I gonna do? But a lot of times we'll teach them. It's like, we know, it's okay. What a beautiful day today. It is August 7th, and we're having a beautiful summer-like day today. Look at this, hardly a cloud in the sky. I wish I could sneak off for a little bit longer driving this thing. Maybe take it over the mountain pass. Go to the Oregon coast. This would be a great vehicle to do it in. The nice thing about this car, the WRX, is it's a very practical, everyday, you know, sedan. It's great for the wet, slippery weather we have in the Pacific Northwest with its amazing all-wheel drive system, and you know, it will still do okay in the snow too with all-wheel drive, even though it has performance tires and stuff. It'll do a lot better than a front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive performance vehicle. And it's very comfortable. The back seats are very spacious. I'm 6'2". I'd actually fit pretty comfortably back there. They did a great job packaging the WRX. It's actually a lot bigger than it was when it first came out. The 2002 Impreza Sport that I had feels a lot smaller than this one. This is like almost the size of what a Legacy was back in the early 2000s. All right, got a green light. Ooh, got a blow-off valve too. That sounds nice. Here we go. Alright, no problem at all getting up to the speed limit. Nice easy gearbox to drive, the downshifts are nice. Oh, and there's nothing like that flat 4-cylinder engine. Love the way it sounds, especially through the exhaust system. That and mixed with the sound of the blow-off valve. And shifting gears, it's just a great performance driving experience. For those of you who love to drive cars, this is a true driver's car, and it's absolutely wonderful. I'm very impressed. The WRX has improved a lot. It's become a lot more refined and practical. Even though it's grown in size and weight, it's a much better vehicle, I think, than it was originally when it came out. It's safer, more refined. It's pretty much superior to all the previous WRXs in almost every way. Well, that pretty much ends our little drive in this WRX. It's come to a end all too soon. I wish I could sneak away, but unfortunately it's not going to happen today. Thanks so much for joining me on this little overview and drive of this 2002 WRX Limited. Hopefully we'll see you soon, and have a wonderful day.